Okay, now we're going to make some hot and cold soups. The first soup that we're going to do is a hot soup. Roasted red pepper, Jamaican jerk spice, a little bit of garlic. It's going to have some good heat to it. It's just a great, great, simple soup to make. Now, the beauty of the Professional series is I can put all these ingredients into the container, turn it on, start it on low, work it up to high, and in 4 to 6 minutes we're going to have a hot soup. So, all right, let's get it started. First thing we got here, some beautiful roasted red peppers that we've already roasted and peeled. We're going to place those in the container. We're always starting from soft ingredients to hard to really ensure that we get a complete, full, smooth soup. I also here have a little bit of Jamaican jerk spice. If you like your food spicy, put in a lot. If you like a little bit more mild and you just want to get some of the flavors of the Jamaican jerk, you could go with a little less. We're going to put in 1 big heaping tablespoon. To that, I'm going to add some lime juice. The citrus of the lime juice really helps round and bring out the flavors and helps cut through the richness of the soup. Another ingredient that I think works really well with roasted peppers is garlic. Some nice fresh garlic, peeled, ready to go. Putting a couple cloves on top. We also have our chicken stock. Just going to put this right in. Now we're starting with a cold stock here, so it's going to take about 4 to 6 minutes to warm up the soup. If you wanted to speed things up, you could warm up the stock. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit less time, but the actual friction of the blades is what heats the soup. Heck, if you wanted to, you could start with ice cubes and you'd still end up with a hot soup. So don't fret that. Last thing, some salt, a little bit of cracked black pepper, and once we get the soup smooth, we're going to add a little bit of heavy cream just to round out the flavors. So we want to make sure that our lid is secure. We want to make sure that we're starting on low and working up to high, and then we're going to turn it on high, and in 4 to 6 minutes, you're going to have a beautifully pureed, smooth, hot soup. Our soup is almost ready to go. It's almost hot. I'm going to add some of my cream. Now this is something that you can add, you don't have to. A little more full, luscious, thick flavor with it, a little healthier without. The choice is yours. Now when I took off the plug, be careful too. The soup is getting hot, steam does rise, steam is hot. So keep your face, your hands away from the machine. Now we're just going to speed this up, put it back on high, and let it finish heating. Okay guys, we're ready to roll. Our soup is hot, pureed, all incorporated. It's just looking beautiful. You could actually see the steam coming right out of it. Like I said, be careful with your hands. Now it's ready to go. Why would you ever go buy a can of soup? This took us 5 minutes to do, from raw ingredients to heated. It takes you that long to open the can. We have no preservatives in here, all natural, very fresh and quick. While the soup's heating up, you have time to make your sandwich. It's absolutely gorgeous, and look at this consistency here. This is just a beautiful, elegant soup. Great with some crusty bread or maybe a roasted turkey sandwich. Great way to have lunch. Okay, now we're going to make our cold soup. We're going to make a gazpacho, which is a wonderful summer soup, lots of flavor. You go out to your garden, you get the ripe tomatoes, throw it in with your fresh herbs, lickety-split, you have a soup. It's fresh, it's flavorful, it's ready to bring to the table. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I have some beautiful vine-ripened tomatoes here that we're going to place in our container. And the key to this dish is using the ingredients that are at the peak of their season, and because you get a lot of vibrant, fresh flavors. I also have cilantro, which is always in gazpacho, has a nice citrusy floral note to it, wonderful with gazpacho. I like to put a little bit of fresh mint in my gazpacho. I just think it adds another great layer of flavor. So we're going to place in some of our mint. I also have some shallots here. You could use red onions or scallions also. We place in a couple of our shallots. Now, jalapenos. If you want it a little hotter, leave the seeds in. You could throw the whole jalapeno in there. It'll be perfectly smooth. The seeds add a lot of the heat. If you want it a little more mild and you just like the flavor, the fruitiness of a jalapeno, cut it in half, take out the seeds. You could go that route too. All right, last couple ingredients here. You need a little bit of garlic. Let your palate be your judge. A little bit of lime juice, which helps work with the sweetness of the tomatoes. The acidity and the sweetness play off each other so nice. And one thing that a lot of people don't put in gazpacho, but I love putting in mine, and it's actually very classical, is toasted almonds. Helps thicken up the soup a little bit and adds a beautiful layer of flavor. So we have our toasted almonds and our tomato juice. Now, all we need to do is take our lid, click it on. We're going to start on low, work our way up to high until the soup is nice and smooth. We don't want to work it too long. We just want to get it smooth because we don't want it to warm up. We like it chilled. If it takes you a little longer to chop it up, you could chill it for a little bit in the fridge, and that's fine too. All right, here we go. I'm just going to season this with a little bit of salt and pepper, give it one more quick blend, and we're good. Good pinch of salt, little bit of cracked black pepper, one more quick mix, and we're good. Okay, now great little trick here. If you're having a little party at your house, you want to do a fun appetizer, a quick hors d'oeuvre. I love serving a chilled gazpacho in a martini glass. What we do is we make a crab gazpacho, take a little bit of lump crab, place it in the bottom of our martini glass, and then we're just going to take our gazpacho and pour it right over top. Look at this, it's absolutely beautiful. It has a nice consistency because of our almonds, and it's pureed nice and smooth. So that's it. It's a great, great single serving appetizer. Obviously, you could have a whole bowl. It's completely up to you. I'm going to pour a little bit of this for me for later. I need my lunch too, you know. Now, if you think it was easy to make the gazpacho, wait till you see how easy it is to clean the Vitamix up. It's such a quick clean. You don't have to remove parts. You don't have to go through all this nonsense. A little bit of hot water, some soap, and you just give it a mix. Now I'm just going to place this back on the base, put my lid on, make sure you have the plug in there, start it on low, turn it on high, and it'll just clean itself. Okay, all we need to do is pour it out, rinse out the suds, and we're clean and ready for our next project. Look at that, professional series, made the soup, got cleaned up, everything was quick, fun, fresh, just what we're looking for. This is why I live to cook.